Okay, so we're gonna start with the black uncommons. And in number 3, this is hard. I mean,
before we start, we can say that black had a lot of good cards.
Yeah.
There were a lot of good uncommons, and there were a lot of good commons as well.
Yes.
So it was hard.
It was very hard. But we think that the Sinister Concoction is going to be a very good card. I mean, it costs 1, and it costs 1 to activate.
Yeah, and I mean, you pay 1 life.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little drawback. And you put the card, you self-mill 1.
Yes.
Which could be a drawback, but not in this format, because you want delirium and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You discard a card, which should be a downside as well. But now, if you are smart, you play with madness if you have this card.
Yeah.
And then it's just unconditional removal.
And it's an enchantment that goes into your graveyard. So
so it's double delirium, possibly.
Yeah.
It's madness enabler, and it's
very cheap.
If you have played it earlier, then you can just for 1 instant kill something, and it cannot be countered.
No.
So there's a lot of upside, even, and there is a lot of downside. But if you play it in the right deck and play it at the right time, you can turn it to upside.
Yeah, and still, I mean, the downside is you 2-for-1 yourself. But sometimes, I mean, just being able to kill a creature that you can't, you lose if you don't kill it.
Yeah.
2-for-1 yourself there isn't too bad.
No, and it doesn't have to be like that.
No.
So moving to number 2, we have a card that will be good in constructed as well, I guess, because there will be some sort of vampire deck.
Yep.
It's a 2/1 for 2, which is fine in an aggressive deck.
Yeah.
It's a madness enabler that doesn't even cost anything. You can just discard something at any time.
Yeah, and I mean, we have seen some sick combos with this card.
Yeah, the cards that can come in with haste, other
all the madness cards. I mean, you could play it on. You could play this on turn 2.
Next turn,
flip it and play 3/5 or a 4/3 with haste.
Yeah,
for 3 mana.
Or maybe just play this on turn 2, turn 3, play another 2-drop and lightning bolt something.
Yeah.
And so on. So there are a lot of cool combos. So we think this is very good. And also, if you look at the flip side, it's a 3/2 flying.
Yeah.
That will attack on turn 3, and at the same time you could play the card that we have on number 1, the Giza's Bidding.
Yeah, the combo with that is very good.
Yeah, then you have on turn 3 you have 2/2 zombies and a 3/2 attacking vampire.
Yeah.
So the madness cards look very strong.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay.
Yeah, so we also had some honorable mentions, because as we said, there were a lot of good cards.
Yeah, I mean, you could have the Accursed Witch. It's 4/2 for 4 mana. It's okay, I guess. You want it to die, so I mean, you play a 4/2.
If the opponent doesn't kill it, you can attack with a 4/2 every turn.
Yeah, you can beat down with it.
If it dies somehow, even if you just block something and maybe trade for something, the opponent gets enchanted and drained for 1 each turn.
Yeah, and
this card looks like it can be very good.
And spells, I don't know how relevant that will be in limited, but it also has the spell. It costs 1 less.
Yeah,
too.
But it's the clock.
Yeah,
the drain for 1 each turn. It's like having an attacking vampire envoy every turn. So this looks like it has decent upside.
Yes.
Another card we want to mention is Kindly Stranger.
Yeah.
And that's a 2/3 for 3 mana, but it has delirium.
Another one of the flip cards.
Yeah.
And since we don't know how good delirium is, we don't know how to evaluate this.
No, you can flip this card for 2 and a black when you have delirium.
Yeah.
And if you do, I mean, you get removal spell.
Yeah.
You may destroy target creature, and you have a decent body left.
A 4/3, yeah.
Yeah, so depending on the deck, in the right deck, this card should be good.
Yes, I think so.
We also saw one more uncommon that we had to mention, the Pale Rider of Trostan.
Yeah, it's a 3/3 for 2, but you're not gonna play it on turn 2, because when you play it, you have to discard a card.
Yeah, so you want to be able to combine it with Madness.
Yes.
It also has Skulk, so it's some sort of new evasion type. So the body is good, but the drawback is that it's not like a regular 2-drop, because you might want to play this on turn 4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah.
But it's still a good card.
Yeah, it enables, like we said before, it enables Delirium, it enables Madness, and it's a good body.
Yeah, so we still think it's worth mentioning.
Yes.
So now we can move on to the common cards.
Yes.
At number 5, we have another one of those cards that can exile from a graveyard and get value. We saw a lot of white cards that could get spirits.
Yes.
This one is a Bear, a 2/2 for 2, that you later can cash in for
a zombie instead.
Yeah, another 2/2.
And we have seen some zombie stuff going on, so I mean, all the zombies might be good.
Yeah, and this card, I don't see how it can be bad.
No.
It's a 2-drop that's decent, that also gives you value later.
Yeah, and it's the same thing here. We're not sure about the ranking here, because it's very, very hard.
Yeah, but I still think it should be on the top 5.
Yeah, me too. Number 4 we have Arms of the Vein. Pretty hard card to evaluate, I think.
Yeah, I think you think it's better than I do.
Yeah.
But the Madness part is why we have it here.
Yeah.
If you can play it for 1 black and drain for 3, it's a very good card.
Yeah.
And I guess it's never bad. The problem is, if you really need to kill a creature or something, this doesn't help you.
No.
So if you curve out and have Madness in an aggressive deck, then it looks very good.
Yeah, you have to remember, this isn't Lightning Helix. I mean, you can't cast it on creatures.
No.
So that's that's a downside, I guess.
But if you are aggressive and have a few of these, and you have the discard vampire that we talked about, it's decent.
Yeah. There's also Throttle on
a reprint.
Yeah.
And expensive Grasp of Darkness. Now we're back to this card
it's weird.
costing 5.
It's weird. But it was a good removal in I think it was Cons.
Yeah. Then we had Flatten that cost 4.
Yeah, that was Dragons, I think. And
that was better.
Yeah.
And then we got Grasp, which was double black, but this still looks like it can be played.
Yes.
It's because we had -5/-5 also, but that was sorcery. So now you at least get instant.
Yeah, instant is important.
So yeah, it's okay.
Number 2, Murder's Compulsion. It's a cheap removal spell.
Yeah, it's destroy target tapped creature.
Yeah.
We had the white card with Awaken.
Sheer drop.
That was good sometimes and a bit clunky sometimes.
Yes.
This is cheaper, and you also can use the Madness part. Even though you don't get the discount, it's still good that the card has.
Yeah, you can use this mid-combat. I mean, you can... since it has Madness, I think it's better.
Yeah, because then you can actually use it instant.
Yeah.
So it gives it more flexibility.
And the number 1, very cheap removal-ish.
Yeah, this will be played in a lot of standard decks too, to kill Jace.
Yep.
1 mana, kill a small guy.
Yep.
Or if you don't actually kill it, you can cripple it.
And the same thing here, it enables Delirium
when you
early.
Yeah, if you kill a creature, you get an enchantment into your graveyard.
Yeah.
So that card will probably be very good.
Yes.
We could also mention there's another Madness creature, the 3/5 Twins of Morar Estate.
Yeah.
That has Madness 3.
Yes.
And in a Madness deck, if you don't get all the better Madness cards, you can still play that.
Yeah, it's not the aggressive one, but I still think it's good. I mean, playing a 3/5 on turn 3 is very good, even in an aggressive deck.
Yeah, and it works nice with the Hair of Falcon Rat too.
Yeah.
You play the Hair on turn 2, and then you get a 3/5 Twins out on turn 3.
Yep.
So you're going to play it in that type of deck.
Yeah, of course.
And there's also the 1/1 Death Touch Rat.
Yeah, Rancid
now
Rats.
It's Rancid Rats. 2 mana for 1/1 Death Touch.
And it has Skulk, so I guess it can do some damage as well.
Yeah, but it's a good...
It can peck away.
The good part is it trades with anything.
Yeah.
It can block.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all for black.
Yes.
Next up we will look at red. And I mean, spoiler alert, there are a lot of good red uncommons.
Yes, very, very hard.
Very hard to evaluate, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Yes.
See you there.